Hey YouTube, so got another video doing a light testing. Um, Basically, I'm gonna see if I could show you guys how the strobe um, effect is gonna look in this area. Right now, my mom's working kind of in her canopy, so there's kind of some stuff you might see that's um, behind the entrance to the castle, but those things will not be there when the hunt's open. So that's just their temporary. So anyways, um, I've been trying to. So I tried made I tried to film what it looked like a little while ago, but I've been having trouble with the camera actually getting the strobe because the strobe and the camera, it just the lens or just the camera itself is just not really grabbing. And so actually the light you see is actually brighter than I'm actually planning to have it. So I'm gonna see how I could do this testing and show you. Hopefully it shows up and not um, gets blurred. But in person right now it's actually brighter than I would like it. Um, so from how you see it on the video, I might be bet it might look okay. Um, I'm gonna see tomorrow if my or after I do this video, I'm gonna see if my sister could look at it in person and tell me her opinion. Again, it's difficult to show you guys just because the camera is getting a different perspective. My phone doesn't have the memory to make videos, so I just take pictures. Um, if you want to see pictures of what this looks like in the different colored lights that I'm thinking of that have options of using in this scene. You can look at I think it's not the gallery. It's in the posts on my channel. You can check that out. Um, but yeah, I kind of want to just see what you can say what your opinions are. Um, so let's just see right now. I'm gonna put this camera down. I'm gonna plug in the strobe light. Just want to show you first how it looks without the strobe. So from the camera, it's showing the top side's kind of hard to capture, but that's okay. That's not as important. Basically, how it looks like on camera, it's gonna look like when I put it in a different color in person. So that's kind of good, but again, the way I have it right now, um, in person, to me, it's too bright. So I would actually dim it down in reality. So I have a control. I don't think you guys can see it, but it's a little hard to see. And you put it right here. Okay, so this is a control, and as you can see, I have it on the white setting. If I put it to blue, this is what it looks like, and it's hard for the camera to capture it. So that's why I'm gonna just leave it at the white setting and hope for the best that you guys can see the effect of the strobe light on the castle. And what normally happens when I do turn on strobe light is on the camera it's going to show like maybe this side is going to have the flash and then this is going to be black. In reality, that's not what it looks like at all. It actually looks like one flash and then it turns off and you see this light or whatever's there um, in darkness and then you see another flash. Um, but again, that's the camera. That's not really me. So, anyways, the bottom lights, I'm thinking of leaving them. I haven't decided yet if I want to just completely remove them. But again, I'll show you what will happen. So let me just put the camera down and I'll turn on the strobe. so now I have the strobe, and you can kind of see what this is looking like. I have to kind of scratch down a little bit so you guys can get a better view. And go back a little more. Okay, let's see here. So, like, roughly, this is what it would look like. Um, so how it looks like on video, this is what you probably would see in person if I was to change that color back to the color I like, actually, more or prefer more. Um, if I leave white, if I leave it as a white light, I would just dim it, and it probably will look kind of like this. The idea is to get that Universal Halloween Horror Nights kind of vibe, kind of style. Um, so I'm using those videos that people post of past Halloween Horror Nights. I'm using those as kind of like a reference. Um, and again, I'm it's what you see on video. It's a little bit different than what it looks like in person. In person, it's actually a lot more lighter. Um, but I think this is the best I'm going to be able to get, at least on video. I'm going to turn off the yellow lights on the bottom so you could see what this will look like if I took those off. It might actually look creepier, in my opinion. Um, but again, I don't know what you guys think. If you guys think they should be on, or I should just um, take them off. So unplug them. Now let's see how it looks with those off. All right. I have to scratch down just because the camera focus for to get everything in view. Um, so as you could see, there's less detail from the bomb being seen. In person, it actually looks a lot more creepier. Um, in some ways, I kind of like it like this because I do want that essence of creepiness, and then to me, it kind of looks a little bit more like entering some haunted house at Universal Studios. It just to me, it has a little bit more um, creepiness. Now you can also add sound effects of thunder or whatever, but I don't know. It depends. Depends. I just curious what your guys' opinion would be on this. Um, so it's difficult to get it exactly what I'm seeing in your on camera, but I think this is probably the best I could do in terms of um, giving you guys an idea of what this looks like. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. So that's how it looks like without the yellow lights. And again, I'm actually going to replace these because they're too much. There's too much wattage. I think unnecessary wattage. Um, I think I could just use like a 5 watt, and that'll be good enough. That probably be just exactly what I need. Um, because these lights that I have, they're 65 watts that are on the lower side, the yellow lights. These are 65. And there, to me, I think there's no reason. They're not covering that much ground for to be 65 watts. There were some light bulbs that I had. I had a quick access to, and got them last year, and so they work cool. They look cool, and they worked for what I was using them for because I did have a bigger area that I needed to cover with that color. Um, but for what I'm gonna use, I don't think I need those at all. I think that's overkill. Um, I could use like a 5 watt and light LED light bulb, and that'll suffice. Um, if I want to use that color. Um, I have to wait for these people to walk by. So, anyways, yeah, the skulls here. So they're actually a darker gray. They look black, but um, but I think they have a nice contrast compared to the back of the rest of the castle. So I'm gonna have those like that. I'm actually thinking of putting some skulls, um, somewhat corpsed out, maybe more like a grayish corpse. So like they've been sitting out. Um, I might put those like on spikes over here. So once I do that, that might actually um, give me a good reason to have these lights. Again, not have this much wattage, um, but I think that'll be um, a neat idea. So yeah, so again, leave in the comments what you guys think. This is this I'm just testing out my lights in this area specifically because I feel like if I really figure this lighting section, everything else is pretty much easy to do. It's easy to how I'm gonna light everything else. It's not too much of a problem. I figured all that out, but just this one, this area here, it's trying to get creepy atmosphere at the same time. I'm trying to have that certain style, so that's have a certain style, so it's like that's what makes it a little complicated. Other than that, I mean, I guess you could say it is what it is, but you still have time, till October 1st between this video and October 1st. So, yeah, so again, leave in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.